Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you 8 easy Dollar Tree DIYs that are simple, affordable, and fun. The first project I'm going to work on is a ghost in a graveyard. I picked the ghost up, I believe at Michael's. I didn't see any that I liked at Dollar Tree, or they didn't have any on the shelves. But the house there I did get at the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to go ahead and paint the, the frame of the house black. And what I'm using is a Krylon chalkboard black paint. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint the sides and the insides of this. So hello again, this is Jeanne from Makers Unify, and I want to thank you for stopping by and checking out what I'm making today. And I hope that you find these projects easy and fun, and you join along with me to make some great Halloween decoration. And I want to remind you to make sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you know when my videos come out. So I went ahead and painted some large popsicle sticks that I had actually picked up on clearance last year for Christmas, and I painted them black. And I'm going to go ahead with my white pen and write RIP for Rest in Peace on these gravestones. I'm then going to go over the kind of the top and the sides with a little bit of gold to try and give it a little bit more highlight so that it pops a little bit more. Everybody wants their headstones to pop in the cemetery, right? Here I have a couple of other thinner popsicle sticks that I painted black, again with that Krylon chalkboard black paint. And I'm going to cut these sort of in half. They're going to come out haphazard, but that's okay because it's going to go on there to look like an old fence. So I'm going to go ahead and split these apart, and I will paint the inside part that did not get painted so that it's all one uniform color of black. I'm going to go ahead and hot glue the ghost on. As you can see, the back part, I did try to do some highlights in brown. I didn't like how it turned out, so I just flip them over and use the other side. But go ahead and place them in there. You're going to want to eyeball how you want things set up before you actually put them in. This is one of the gravestones that I'm going to put in. I'll put in the other one. And then I'm going to lay out the fencing and put that on. I'm also going to go ahead and put some green moss in behind the fence. I'm going to put a little bit in front of the fence and on the other gravestone to the right there. So you can kind of play around with this and do whatever you think will look the best. Pinterest is a great place to go if you haven't already, to look for your Halloween decorations and get some great ideas and inspiration from there. So here I am gluing the posts back on, and again, these can be haphazard and short or ugly or whatever. It doesn't really matter because they're put in here so that they look old. And there's the finished ghost in a graveyard. The next project is a moon. I'm going to go ahead and cut this wreath that I picked up at, I had it laying around. I think I got it from the Dollar Tree. I'm not too sure. I know they have smaller ones. I don't know if they have this size. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this in two places to make it kind of like I guess it's more like a quarter moon, maybe a half moon shape. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this, and then I'm going to take off this little brace so that I can squeeze the end together a little bit better. And I have some black duct tape that I'm going to use to go ahead and close up the ends so that they come to a point more, and also so that you just don't cut yourself on the metal. Now I'm going to go ahead with this ribbon and wrap it around the frame. I'm going to go ahead and first take some black duct tape to start it off so that it stays down as I'm wrapping it around. May take a little finagling to get this wrapped around. You want it tight, and of course you want to excuse me, overlap it and move it over, so it might take a little bit to get it on there tight. And again, I'm going to go ahead and secure it with some black duct tape. This other ribbon I did pick up at Michael's. It has like it has sparkles on it. Wanted to give this a little bit more of a shimmer. And so I cut a piece off and go ahead and wrap that around. So there's a simple moon project for your Halloween decorations. You can go ahead and hang some charms on that, or make it sparkly, or put some lights on it, and it'll look great. This next project is the Halloween jack-o'-lantern light, I guess you could say. I'm going to go ahead and paint this box black. I did pick this up at the Dollar Tree. So I picked up a couple of plastic glasses from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and paint it black. This is the bottom part of it, and then I will paint the inside and the outside of the glass black also. This is going to be used as the stand to put the jack-o'-lantern box on top of. So here I am putting together a ribbon to put on top of the jack-o'-lantern box. I'm going to go ahead and use a thick piece of cord for the stem, for like the pumpkin, and then I'm going to put this ribbon on top of that. And I'm sure you probably have a better way to make ribbons. I'm not the biggest ribbon maker, so I'm just doing the best I can. So here I'm just going to go ahead and glue the ribbon together a little bit so that it's a little bit stiffer and it doesn't just flop around. So then on top, again, I'm going to go ahead and put the ribbon with the stem from the thicker roping right on top. Then I take my white pen and I'm going to go in the eyes and the mouth to highlight that a little bit so you can see it better. And I do go around the edge or edges of the box also. And I do the edges of the glass to kind of make it stand out a little bit too. And then I'm just going to go ahead and put some glue, hot glue, around the edge of the glass and put the jack-o'-lantern box, the pumpkin box, right on top. I picked up a couple of these battery-operated votive candle lights at the Dollar Tree also, but I'm going to go ahead and paint this black so that when it's inside of the box, the white doesn't show so much. There's a jack-o'-lantern or pumpkin box, all finished. Do you say jack-o'-lantern or do you say pumpkin? So this next project is, I'm using the cloche, I believe that's how you pronounce it, from the Dollar Tree. It's like that globe that goes in this little box at the bottom. And I took some twinkle lights that I already had and strung them through the middle. What's nice is that these come already re-drilled with a hole for you. And then I put a little bit of the Spanish moss. I'm going to go ahead and glue that in. Try to figure out what I wanted on there. As you can see, cutting the legs off of the skeleton, and I'm going to go ahead and glue him on. I also picked up some of these foam flowers from the Dollar Tree, and I took off the outer petals because it was too wide, and I'm going to go ahead and glue these in. They come in like purple, orange, black, and white, I believe. Then I'm just grabbing a little, what do you call that? That's a bat, little bat I had from another stash from last year. And then glue some ribbon around the edge of the platform. Go ahead and I glue the little battery pack from the twinkle lights. I did get these on Amazon. You can get like 30 of them for like $20, I think, something like that. I also picked up these Halloween ornaments from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to go ahead and string some of these on the twinkle lights, kind of wrap them around in there. And it took me a minute to figure out how I could get these to stand up. And I'll show you in a minute what I do. I end up taking a little dowel rod and painting it black, and then I'm going to take some foam, some of the floral foam, and glue that on the bottom of the cloche on the floor. And then I'm going to take the dowel rod and put that right in there. And to hide this foam, I'm going to go ahead and take some hot glue and glue it around the foam and put some more Spanish moss on top of that. So now I have the stick there. Then I take the ornaments that are wrapped around the twinkle lights, and I'm going to wrap it around the little dowel rod so that the ornaments kind of stick up a little bit. I did end up going over the ornaments. As you can see, they're gold on the end. I went with the black paint again and painted those black so that they didn't show so prominently. And then I'm just going to clean up the edges here so that I could put the top on, because there's some things that were kind of sticking out. So you want to make sure that you can tuck everything in there nice and neat. And then decided the outside needed just a little bit something more, so I cut off the feet from the skeleton legs that I had, and I'm going to glue those on the front as well as another little bat. So there's so many different ways that you could decorate this with what you have on hand or whatever you can pick up at the Dollar Tree or Michael's. I think it turned out really cute, and here's the final look at it. For my next project, I'm going to take these wood pieces that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and cut out the middle. So I cut out the middle of 2 of them, and now I'm trying to figure out how I can get them to cross. So I end up having to cut one totally in half. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the Craftsmart Premium Antique Wax that I have. I use it on a lot of my projects. And I'm going to go ahead and use that on this. You just go ahead and paint on this antique wax and get your paper towel and wipe off the excess. And I do advise that you wear gloves because your hands will get stained. So now I'm going to go ahead and take E6000 as well as hot glue. Hot glue helps it to adhere faster, and the E6000 helps it to adhere longer. And then to kind of hide the corners there, I took some beads that I already had and I dyed them or tinted them with the antique wax and let them dry. And then I'm just going to hot glue them into each of these 4, there's 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom corners. So here's the finished product. You can get these candles on Amazon, and it's really nice because they'll be on a timer and they will go off at the same time every day. Next project, I am making a candle box, I guess you can say. I picked up 2 of these from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and take the hooks off, or the toppers off, and what are we going to call them, the hangers, there you go. And I'm going to measure this because I want to cut both of them equally in half. So I'm using a pretty heavy duty box cutter. This one's by Doyle. I was going to try and use that saw, but that wasn't going to work out very well. So I took some Folk Art Matte Wicker White and watered it down a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the tops and the bottoms. What I ended up doing was taking Craftsmart, it's called Premium Crackle Medium. It's like a Vaseline. I know people have used Vaseline before also to get like the cracked look. So you go ahead and you put that on, and while it is still wet, you put a paint over it, and I used a Craftsmart Premium Chocolate Acrylic Paint in linen over that. And then I take the hair dryer because I'm impatient, and I will go ahead and dry that, and you can see, actually you can see right now that it's starting to crackle a little bit. So this process was fun. I've never done this before to get like the kind of a cracked, weathered look. I'm not too thrilled with the linen color, so I'm just kind of playing around and see how it goes. So here I am blow drying it to get it to dry a little faster, and you can see the crackle on it. It's pretty cool. So here's the end result. It does look crackled and a little bit weathered and old, but I decided I didn't like the color. So again, I'm going to go over it with the Craftsmart Antique Wax, where you just wipe it on and wipe it off. So this is going to give it a little bit darker stain. I didn't really like that linen color. So now again, I'm using the E6000 and hot glue trick, and I'm going to go ahead and put all 4 sides together. And I put this gallon, or try about half a gallon of water on top so that it could stay together and dry. And then I have this large cording that I did pick up at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and hot glue that around the edges of the bottom and the top. And there's the finished pumpkin candle house. This next project is the ghost picture. I'm going to go ahead and take this canvas that I picked up at the Dollar Tree and flip it around and take the staples out so that I just have the frame. And then next I'm going to take some cardstock that I had and trace out the frame and cut that out, and that will be the backing of the picture. As you can see, I picked up a 12 by 12 scrapbook paper for the backing, for the back of the picture. I picked this up at Michael's. To use the Craftsmart Premium Antique Wax to go ahead and stain this frame. With the glue stick, I'm going to go ahead and glue on this backing, this scrapbook piece of paper, and I'm going to use my hot glue gun on the frame and glue this to the back. I'm going to wiggle the ghost out of its little platform here, and luckily it came off easily. That little bottom piece I did end up cutting off. And then I get my handy dandy folk art mat in wicker white that I love, and I'm going to go ahead and paint the ghost. And again with my bows, I just kind of layer things on top of each other and tie it together, and hopefully I like it. Like I said before, I'm not the biggest bow maker. I should look at some tutorials to figure out easy ways to make bows. But here's a little bow tie made out of a ribbon, little Halloween fall looking ribbon. And I'm going to go ahead and hot glue the ghost right in the center here. And glue the... thought I already glued the bow tie on. I guess I do it again. Maybe I was just looking to see how it looked. And then I take the ribbon that I made and just put it right on top. And that's it. And that's the final ghost picture. Next project, I picked up everything except for the scrapbook paper at the Dollar Tree. I had pre-painted the pizza pan, the black chalkboard paint. So right now I'm going to outline and put the paper over this leaf cutout that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. Here I'm just making sure that it fits, and I'm going to take my Mod Podge and put some Mod Podge on the wooden piece, put the leaf over it, and then on top of that I also Mod Podge over the leaf paper. And since there were grooves on this board, I go ahead and kind of push those in with my fingers so that you can kind of see them through the paper, and it gives it just a little bit of a different look. I'm going to take this thick cording that I got at the Dollar Tree and go ahead and glue it in sections all the way around the painted pizza pan. I picked up a bunch of these natural looking beads at Michael's when they were on sale after, I think it was after Christmas last year. You can get them really cheap, like 80-90% off. So here I am just stringing them along so that I could wrap this around and glue it down on the inside of the pizza pan. And then again, just take your hot glue and glue the leaf onto the pizza pan. And again, I'm going to string some beads along to make the hanger part of the wall hanging. So this is fun and easy home decor that you can do. You can paint the beads orange if you wanted to, or another color, or you can put a pumpkin in the middle. There's a lot of different ways that you can use this for your home, your Halloween decor. Here I am just putting on a simple piece of lace and tying it on there for a ribbon, and then I'll glue the edges down a little bit so that it stays. So there's the final hanging, the final Halloween DIY decor. You can pick a lot of these things up, like I said, from the Dollar Tree. And I had a lot of fun making these to get ready for the Halloween season. It's never too early. So thanks again for watching, and have a DIY day.